Hi everybody, as we get into the commemorative speech peer reviews that are due this week, I wanted to address some things that are the common issues that we see in the commemorative speech. Uh, Particularly, if we go to under assignments, you'll find, of course, the speech itself. You're going to find that most of the issues with the speech comes in terms of failing to adhere to this word here, values. Remember, this is a speech about values. You're commemorating a person, event, object, but it's about in terms of the values, right? You think about maybe like a eulogy as a special occasion speech. When your grandmother dies and somebody gives a speech, they tell stories, and those stories are primarily about celebrating what grandma meant to them so that she can live forward through the speech. And those values and those stories is what guides us. And so that's what we're looking for here. Sorry about that. That's what we're looking for in terms of the speech, those values. And so that's the first thing that people make the most mistakes on. The second thing is that you need to pick one thing, one person, event for that value. So you're going to have three main points. And in those three main points, as we worked on last week, you're going to be telling an anecdote for each one of them. All right. So each one of the three main points will have its own anecdote about that one person. So let's say you wanted to do leadership and you chose Martin Luther King. That's a pretty common topic. Your three main points would be three examples in story form of how Martin Luther King displayed leadership. And so you could do something like the March on Selma, his letter from Birmingham jail, and the I Have a Dream speech. And you could do those three things, and you tell them in terms of stories, and you still want to make certain you verbally cite things. But one of the more common mistakes is that people will pick their value and then give three different people that display leadership or something like that. So those are the two things to look out for. One, make certain it's value centered. Two, make certain that all of your main points about the same person, event, or object. And of course, the third thing is make certain that you tell stories, not just facts. That's a pretty common error too. Remember, of course, the full assignment description is here. You can take a look at that. As this pops up, you're going to see that it is concerned with having the number of speeches, 4 to 6 minutes, number of minutes, 4 to 6 minutes. You need those three anecdotes. You do need to cite 4 sources. You do need a presentation aid in this particular instance, and you will need to construct an outline. And of course, like always, sorry, my screen is covering up my mouse button here since I'm moving my head around. There we go. All right, you'll see that also, sorry about that, under presenters, details, and documents is where you're going to find the rubrics for those assignments. So make certain to include those things as well. All right, that gives you a heads up on what to do for the speech and the things to look out for that are the common errors. Look forward to seeing what you're doing.